All right, guys, we're going to work today on something similar to what we did last time, multiplying decimals. But in this case, we're going to work with something called a leading zero. And I'll show you what that means here in just a second. But everything that we learned last time is going to apply to today. So there's really only just one new thing that we have to look at today. So let's do our first example here. Let's do 1.3 times 0.002. All right, so we're going to proceed the way we normally do. We're going to take 2 and multiply it by those two numbers there. So 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 1 is 2. And now, at this point, if these were numbers besides 0, we would add a placeholder 0, and then we would multiply those things out. But if they're a 0, we really don't have to do anything. We can just we can just be done. So what we do now, since we're done multiplying numbers here, we have to count our decimal places, just like we normally do when we're multiplying with decimals. So we're looking to count the number of digits that are after the decimal point. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4 numbers after the decimal point. So we come down here, we start at the far right of our number, and we move 1, 2, but now we're out of numbers. All right, so this is where the new stuff comes in. Just because we're out of numbers doesn't mean we're going to change our method. All right, so we go 3, add a 0, and 4, add a 0. So the answer to this multiplication problem is 0.0026. Okay, so once again, the only difference there is that we just didn't have enough digits when we counted the number of places after the decimal point in our product. Okay, let's try one more. Let's do 0.012 times 2.4. So we start with 4 times 2 is 8, 4 times 1 is 4, and 4 times 0 is 0. Okay, now just a little bit different from the last example, we have another number to multiply here. So we're going to add our placeholder 0, just like we always do. And then 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 1 is 2. And 2 times 0 is 0. Now we're going to add these two numbers together. So 8 plus 0 is 8. 4 plus 4 is 8. 0 plus 2 is 2. And nothing plus 0 is 0. Now we go back to count the number of decimal points. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So we start here and we count 1, 2, 3, 4. And in this case, we actually had enough zeros to account for the number of decimal points. Okay, let's try one more. Let's do 0.051 times 0.022. So we're going to do 2 times 1, 2 times 5, and 2 times 0. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 5 is 0. Carry the 1. 2 times 0 is 0, plus 1 is 1. We add our placeholder 0. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 5 is 10. We write our 0, carry the 1. 2 times 0 is 0, plus 1. And just like our first example, we don't have to multiply anything by these zeros because we'd just be adding a whole bunch of zeros to the bottom. So we're going to add these numbers together. 2 plus 0 is 2. 0 plus 2 is 2. 1 plus 0 is 1. And nothing plus 1 is 1. Okay, the last thing we do is to count our decimal points. Sorry, count the places after the decimal point. We've got 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6. So there's 6 numbers after the decimal point here. So I start here and I count 1, 2, 3, 4. And just like our first example, now we're out of digits, but we still have to move 2 more. So it's 5, add a 0, and 6, add a 0. So 0.051 times 0.022 gives me 0.001122. That should be enough to get you through all of your homework problems for today. Thanks for watching.